Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Alright, so I'm headed to my artist date for this week. It's a talent show that my booking agent is putting on through her company. It's a fundraiser, so I'm gonna go see that. I haven't seen a talent show. It's a dance like talent show, so you know, like I love dance performances, all that different stuff. So I'm about to go watch that. This is my outfit. I'm not gonna go too much at the bottom because my room is kind of dirty from where I was trying to pick out an outfit, but this is my outfit. It's a Fashion Nova blue like loose pants. I really like these. I need to get some more pants like this because I think this is gonna be my vibe this summer. I wore something similar to this recently with I did the same like top, like Shein like loose shirt is a Shein tank top, and then I wore it with black pants and white shoes, but I wanted that same kind of vibe. I liked it. I wanted to repeat it without wearing like the same exact thing, so this is what we're going with. And I am kind of late because cocktail hour starts at 4:30. It's like 4:51. The show starts at 5. It isn't too far, so hopefully I don't miss too much. But yeah, let's go.
You make sure the hole never starts. And sometimes, yeah, in life you get into holes, and that's a part of it too, but then you have to use your mind to get out of it. A lot of times, a lot of visualization. We would go to the tournaments and my dad would say, go sit in the stadium. And as a player, you can get in the stadium before the crowds come in. You're just the only person sitting in that stadium just visualizing what you'd like to accomplish, visualizing yourself winning that. Because once you've done the reps in your head, it's so interesting. When you get there, it's like it already happened. It's like deja vu. And you feel so much more comfortable because you've done it in your head. You've faced all those tough moments in your head. And sometimes a tough moment is when you're about to win, not even when you're down. So you've actually faced that tough moment too of crossing the finish line before you've gotten there. So visualization was something that was huge for us, and my dad was big on that. And I remember
thank you for coming. Thank you.
That's who do a speech.
Here I am.
Okay.
No, thank you all for coming to my 43rd birthday.
That's it? That's crazy.
Let him finish. Start.
I thought it was at 41.
Always grateful.
Let me start over. Can I got the interrupted? Okay. I want to say I am 43 years old today, and I am so grateful of my friends and my life, which I pray for every day. Yeah. But thank you all for coming out, man. I appreciate every one of you guys, and we all here till it's at 3 o'clock in the morning. Just wait, and like it's 3 o'clock. Yeah. Thanks, Randy. Thank you, man.
That's it. Take this grass up. Take this grass up. Take this grass up. Take this grass up. Take this.
Okay, so today we have my friend's birthday dinner, and this is what we decided to go with. This shirt I've had for a minute. This is from, I think, 21 Men. These pants are Old Navy. These shoes from Shein. And yeah, that's what we're going with. And I'm going to try to vlog as much as I can. Yeah, let's go. Good morning. It is Sunday. I've been up for like 2 hours. I got up around like 7:30. I did my morning pages. I had some like brief meditation, like 5 to 10 minutes, just sitting in silence. I normally sleep with sleep sounds, so I had my sleep sounds on from the night before, just like sitting listening to that for about 5 minutes or so, just getting my mind together before I start my day. Yeah, today is Sunday, and right now I'm just gonna make breakfast. I am going to go to the gym. We may go out for a drink today. Don't hold me to it. We may, depending on how I feel. If the sun is bright enough, we're gonna go. But I don't know. I don't know if I feel like getting dressed and going out. Like, not going out, but just like getting out the house. We'll see. So yeah, breakfast, gym, and then possibly we're gonna go for a drink. Either way, we're gonna talk about week 4 in any event, but we may do it at home, maybe, depending on how I feel. We'll see. Let's go.
Volume 2, focusing on self-sabotage. And so I want to read a few verses in Luke chapter number 23, beginning at verse number 39.
Question: why are we doing stuff like this? Like, why do y'all be clipping the mic onto, like, I don't know, like utensils and stuff? Like, I don't know if I show my age or something, but anyway, let's finish. All right, so yeah, I know we normally do these recaps um, with a sidecar at a bar or something like that. But listen, when I tell you this week, I really ain't feeling it. But I know it was important that I still show up and still record my recap. And I don't really have much to say when it comes to week 4. I think I had a lot of takeaways. The exercises I didn't enjoy that much. Like one exercise was to write a letter to yourself um, from 8 years old to your current self. And then another exercise was write a letter to yourself from 80 years old to your current self. And um, I did those. It was also one about finding a room in your home or apartment or whatever and basically redecorating it to like kind of like become your sanctuary or whatever. I didn't do that because I don't have a spare room to do that with. But what I plan on doing, I haven't done it yet. I'm just gonna create like a corner in my room, kind of like be like a corner in my bedroom where I'll put like my vision board, stuff like that. Maybe like some incense, a candle, or whatever, and just kind of like make that my, um, just my thing to look at, whenever I need some encouragement. So yeah, I'll do that. I haven't done it yet. Another thing that was a task for week 4 was it was what was it? You had to basically not read for the entire week. That's like for me, I found that extreme. But I guess the purpose is, we could distract ourselves with reading and scrolling instead of working on creative projects or something that we want to do to feel inspired. We kind of distract ourselves with, you know, just the norm. For me, I didn't do that. And the thing is, I could have because I was off last week, so I didn't go to work. So I very well could have just, been at home, not reading anything or consuming or whatever. But I just thought it was unrealistic. No, I didn't do it. I didn't do it, and whatever. Um, However, I did have some revelations this week, especially with my. I had some revelations this week, especially with my morning pages. I noticed that I was very consistent with my morning pages. Um, I, however, when I was writing, I noticed that I feel better. One realization I had was that I feel better whenever like I'm in motion. I feel good when I'm in motion. Like whenever I've realized that over like the past few months, and the more I have done things outside of my 9 to 5, things in marketing, things in mobile bartending for different events and stuff like that, um, modeling gigs, making money outside of my 9 to 5. I realized that whenever it's peak season, I feel very fulfilled. Um, and I'm aware that things go with seasons. It is. I think it's beyond. I mean, well, the money that comes with it is the money that comes with it is is exciting, and it brings a certain level of comfort, just knowing that you're not really just dependent on your paycheck. You also have like other means to provide for yourself. The things that I'm able to do at those times as well, helping people out or whatever it is, or just doing little things for myself, that makes me feel good as well. um, Also, I feel like when I do that, sorry, I just noticed someone looking at me and it kind of made me uncomfortable, but whatever. yeah, I do notice that when I am doing that, I feel very fulfilled and I feel very alive. And I think my biggest challenge I say that because right now it's a season where um, I feel like things are picking up again. For anybody who works in the creative space or just outside of corporate, who does work outside of that, they like that there is a period where like December is like go time. Like December is go time. Like I remember um like December 2024 was like it was no weekends off. Like if it wasn't a modeling gig, it was a bartending gig. If it wasn't a bartending gig, then it was something like it was just like constant moving, just being active. And I enjoy that. I noticed that. I think this is the case with most men actually. I think we enjoy being busy. We like making money, and we like knowing that we are able to provide and take care of ourselves and to take care of the people that we care for and whatnot. Like that gives us a sense of fulfillment. And January, I kind of had like it was kind of like trickling over into January, and it was kind of surprising to me because I know January is when things start to slow down, but January I had like job offers and stuff like that, and um, I did a campaign. Well, not I did a shoot for Bahamar. That came out. I I I auditioned for something else, but was it something else? Sorry, no. It was a shoot for Bahama, and then it was also a shoot for another company that I can't really talk about it yet because that hasn't come out as yet, so I can't really speak about it. But yeah, like January, things were still going, like things were still moving, and I was like, okay, cool. Like I was just like rolling with it or whatever. Um, and then like around like February or so, things started to like die down, and I feel like that's when like whenever I'm idle, one, I start to feel like I'm not doing enough. Like when it's not as much going on, I start to feel like I'm not doing enough. I'm not doing what I should be doing. And then also when I'm idle, I start to forget about the things that I have done because it's like when you get big opportunities in entertainment, content creation, whether it's like a partnership or, you know, modeling for a brand or whatever. I feel like it's two highs that come with that. It's three highs that come with that when you do get those opportunities. One is the high of knowing that you've been chosen to do it. Um, so that's a high. Um, maybe four is the high of knowing that you were chosen to do it. Two, the actual shoot day, like putting in the work and doing it, like that's fun. That's a high as well. And then three is when you get paid for it, like that's a high. Um, especially if you're getting paid well for it, like you it, you feel good about it, like knowing that okay, like I was able to whatever, like I was able to make this much in a couple of hours, or I was able to make this much, not even really, not doing like labor per se, but doing something that you enjoy doing, and it kind of like it makes you feel good. It makes you feel like it's a lot out there that is possible for you. And then four, I feel like the last high is when it's released, when it comes out, people see it, they hit you up and they're like, I'm so proud of you, it's good to see you doing certain stuff. And then for me, I always like the people around me are always like more excited than I am when stuff come out, like because I already know I did it. Some of them know I did it too, but then it's like when you have people reaching out to you and um, basically giving you props and stuff like that, like that's a good feeling too. So, and then I feel like after that's done, you just go back to you kind of go back to like it's like either like a what's next, or because you're not as active, you don't really feel valuable, or you don't really feel, you kind of forget what it is you just did, and it could have been a really big opportunity, and you forgot. You've really you don't even pay attention to it because you don't, I don't know, maybe it's like we don't live in the moment or something like that. But that's a realization that I had recently when I would do my morning pages, is that when I'm idle or when I'm not as active or when I'm not out and about doing stuff, is when I kind of start to feel I start to get anxious and be like, okay, what's next? What's coming? So that was one realization I had. Another one that I had was, my bad. It was so much going on just now. I had to be aware. Um, yeah, but yeah. Um, Another thing I realized this week was showing up for myself, and just basically showing up for myself, honoring how I feel, and basically speaking up. So listen, y'all, I did a whole full maybe 5 to 10 minutes of talking, and when I went to my phone to look at it, the video was gone. I don't know, it just wasn't there. So I don't know. But in conclusion, the last thing that I was saying was that I just found it funny that during this week, while I was doing my morning pages, I realized that I've kind of been preparing myself for new experiences without even knowing. For example, I was always kind of shy when it came to speaking, public speaking, or just basically even auditioning for roles or auditioning for certain commercials and stuff like that, because you had to speak. And what I've gotten more comfortable with through doing these vlogs and stuff like that, I didn't even realize that it kind of made me more confident when it came down to going into certain rooms and certain opportunities. It's almost like they don't pass me by anymore because I'm prepared for it, because I've practiced speaking into the camera so much that now it's kind of normal. I did have a few speaking auditions that I had to do for gigs that entail me, let's say, reading from a teleprompter or stuff like that. And yeah, I just realized that it's a lot more comfortable for me. I had a commercial or an ad where I had to read from a teleprompter, and it was my first time having to do it. And I did it, and I pretty much did it in one take. It was just one part where I think I looked away from the camera or something like that, so I had to redo it. But in terms of me reading the lines, it was no issue. And I feel like that kind of taught me how one thing can lead to the next. So a lot of times we put pressure on one experience or one opportunity, and we feel like that's the end, that's as good as it gets. But we don't realize that by doing certain stuff or taking on certain challenges, or pushing ourselves to do certain stuff, can lead us and prepare us for, it's kind of like training for something that you don't know is going to come, but then it ends up coming, and then you're prepared for it. But that's all that I can remember from what I said. If anything else comes to me later, I will, I don't know, probably say it in the next vlog. But y'all stay safe. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know if you made it to the end.